Joining me now, Governor Mike Huckabee, former Republican presidential candidate, and Dana Perino, who's a former Bush White House press secretary and co-host of The Five. Great to see you both.
Thank you.
So, Dana, let me start with you as somebody who's actually helped do this. First 100 days, what does Trump need to worry about, President-elect Trump?
Well, even before those 100 days, what he needs to worry about right now, and what I assume they've been thinking about since July when they started the transition team that Chris Christie's running, is that you have to fill a lot of positions in the government.
Before inauguration?
Yes, there are certain national security positions in particular that should never be vacant. And it takes about 8 weeks, believe it or not, to do a background check, a thorough background check on somebody in order to give them top secret clearance. So if you work backwards, 70 days goes by very quickly.
Got to go immediately.
And you need to there's going to be some great people out there that are going to want to serve, but they're going to have to be vetted. That's a really important thing. Another thing to keep in mind is that there's the cabinet positions. One of the things Harry Reid did is that he paved the way for cabinet secretaries now just need a majority. So now the Republicans, because they did so well in the Senate races yesterday, have 51. They will be able to...
As opposed to 60?
Right.
Yeah.
So they'll be able to put forward those. And then I think that one of the first things that Donald Trump should do, will do, is he'll announce a Supreme Court nominee quickly. I think that's something they've probably been prepared to do, and now it's just the final decision.
He submitted his list already of those who
and now he just has to meet those people and decide.
Governor Huckabee, first of all, congratulations to you as a Donald Trump supporter and somebody who, like Bill Bennett, did predict a Trump victory on this show, despite what the polls were showing. You must feel very gratified. And what would you like to see Donald Trump do as our president-elect in these next 70 days as he gears up to take office?
Well, he needs to put together the best possible team he can, because he's got to hit the ground running. He basically has 2 years to do a lot of big and bold things. That's because he'll have the House, the Senate, and the White House. Maybe he has it after those 2 years, but we don't know. But for 2 years, he owns the town, and he's got to make good use of that. I think he's got to remind the Democrats of the words of Barack Obama when Barack Obama said, look, elections have consequences. Yep. We won. And he proceeded to do what he wanted to do, and that's how we ended up with Obamacare. I'd like to see Donald Trump include Democrats, make as many things bipartisan. But you know what? Our country's in too big a mess to sit around and play patty cake. We've got to get some things fixed.
Well,
and if the Democrats want to work with him,
when Barack Obama was trying to push through Obamacare, and the Republicans wanted certain ideas considered, Barack Obama was very much like, I won, and turnabout is fair play in politics.
Well, I mean, he pretty much told him to put it where the sun don't shine, and that's not a great way to win friends and influence people. But by golly, it got the job done. I would love to see Donald Trump at least attempt to bring him in. But if they are unwilling, go ahead and pass the business tax cut to 15%. Revoke the Iranian deal. Get rid of Obamacare. Start putting something in place. There are plenty of things to be done that would actually work. The Republicans were offering those ideas 8 years ago. So I think he's got to move quickly. I do think the infrastructure is something that has bipartisan support, but he's got to be clear that he's not going to let that just sit there and sort of drift in the wind while they nitpick it.
Dana, last thoughts on what you think a President Trump cabinet will look like, and whether you think it's going to be the cast of familiar characters that we've seen on the campaign trail as surrogates.
Well, yes, certainly. I think that some of those people that have been supporting him, he will want to take with him to the White House.
Maybe Governor Huckabee.
Perhaps so. That would be a good choice.
You've got the support of James. Congratulations.
I also think that this will be a tricky thing. There's lots of legislators that could be good, that have governing experience, or you might look to the governors to pull them in. But then how do you make sure that they stay Republican for you to support you in the things that you want to do? So
you're saying pull Democrats in? Democrats?
No.
What do you mean stay Republican?
Meaning that could they win? So if you pull a governor, can that governor be replaced by a Republican governor when there's a runoff?
There's a lot for him to consider. He's going to need somebody who understands Washington to walk him through. There are rumors that perhaps he might choose Reince Priebus as his chief of staff to run, this process, and we shall see. They've been saying
They've been saying nice things
about each other lately. Dana, great to see you. Governor, you too.